Hi, it's Monique, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make zucchini boats. They're really, really good. They do have cheese in them, so they're not like friendly for people that are lactose intolerant or no dairy. But I don't think that having a little, if you're concerned about weight loss, having a little cheese is not really going to hurt you that much if you don't do it in large amounts all the time. And I like it. It's good stuff. So anyways,
well, Monique has already been working on the zucchini. Here we go.
So these are 4 zucchini that I bought from Aldi. Very, very cheap. They were like probably $2 or something like that. And so as you can see, I have sliced them in half lengthwise. And normally I would only make 2, but now I have guests over, so I'm doing more than that. So what I did was I scooped out the inside, and I'm going to show you on this half that I have left over. And you can just take a knife. Before I was doing it with a spoon, and it was very cumbersome, and I kept slipping and screwing up the boats. And then my intelligent sister told me that I should use a knife to make the outline. What a great idea, right? So so you can just cut, you know.
How much of a rim are you leaving?
Oh yeah, you need to leave a little cushion, you know, just a little bit, so that the boat is not so flimsy and solid, and it's not tipping over and everything when you put it on the baking sheet. And then once you have your little outline, you can just come in and scoop out with the spoon. And you might have to go over it a couple of times. And we're going to use this. We're not going to throw out the inside. We're going to use the inside, because then you're cheating. If you're just eating a zucchini skin with a bunch of cheese in it, then you're not really getting the benefit of the vegetable. So I'm just scooping this out.
So you were saying that when you first started making these, it was the summer, and so you used a toaster oven, which is, by the way, right back there.
Yes. Okay, so because I'm making for 3 people, my husband, me, and my sister tonight, I'm making 2 zucchini, so each of us can have like 1, and there'll be 1 left over, whatever. If you were making more than 1, or if you had a bigger toaster oven, you could make all of these instead of in the regular oven. But when I first started making these, it was summertime, and I was living in a basement apartment without a gas connection or a stove. So, yeah, we were kind of ghetto. And so I would just make like 1 zucchini for me and my husband, and here's my little toaster oven. My husband just happened to have one. Here's the pan. So it's enough for like 1 zucchini or 2 really small ones. And I set it to the same temperature. Right now I'm making Brussels sprouts, so you could leave the oven at 350, 375 for that. So now that I've scooped all of them out, to prepare, I'm just going to spray this baking pan with Aldi olive oil spray.
Yeah, so we're using the big baking pan because that was the only other one you had. But if it was just 1 zucchini, you could do it in the toaster oven. It'd be a really tiny little pan.
Yes. So there's that, just so they don't stick. So now what I'm going to do is dice up this inside of the zucchini.
Watch the fingers!
Oh yeah, I know. I'm being careful. Dice it up so it's, small. And it's okay if some of it's kind of like smooshy. I'm really not that picky, and I'm sure that if you have children, you're not going to be that picky either about your zucchini being perfectly cubed.
No, what was funny was when I asked you about how much of a rim to leave, or if you wanted to carve off part of the bottom of the zucchini to make it flat so that it didn't roll around, and you said, no, I want to eat all of it.
Yeah. You could, if you really don't want them to roll at all, you could, take this and slice this off to make it lay flatter. But, I mean, then you're not going to want to eat that piece that you cut off if you're anything like me, because I didn't used to like vegetables. And I just want to eat
What? You didn't like vegetables?
Yeah, a long time ago, I did not like vegetables unless they were covered in cheese and butter. And there is still going to be cheese in here, but not as much as I used to. And I don't cook with butter ever. Butter is not in my house. So, yeah, once we dice this up, I'm trying to go quickly here.
told me this, and I was thinking she doesn't know what she's talking about. About me, that's not going to work, and I was so wrong. Because, look, here's the hummus that I've been stuffing my face with all day, and I never used to like it.
You could do so many things with these zucchini boats. You could even put hummus in it. You could mix it with hummus instead of cheese.
Ooh.
If you didn't want dairy, you could mix it with
garlic hummus that you don't like. I love garlic.
It would be pretty good. Or you could just, line the inside of these boats with the hummus just by spreading it on a little bit with a spoon.
But then you're going to bake it, and it's going to be hot hummus. That sounds kind of odd. Really?
Yeah.
Cooked hummus?
Why not?
I'm used to it being cold.
I just like the flavor of hummus. I know, like texture is important too and temperature, but like I said, if you were really not wanting the dairy, then you could do it that way.
That's a great idea.
So, we've got this. Now, we're going to make the mix of the zucchini and everything else to put in the boats. So, I've shredded some spinach, and I'll show you, how...
So we got this fresh express spinach.
This is from Tony's. It was 2 for $4, so it's pretty reasonably priced. You could get a cheap one at Aldi as well. Now, what I'm showing you that I take the stem off of the spinach because leaving the stem on makes it bitter if you eat the whole thing.
Oh, wait, you were folding those leaves. I didn't do that.
Oh, you can fold them. You cannot fold them. I just want them small, to mix. So I've got the spinach. I've got this. And I'm going to put all this in here. And then I want to mix cheese and I'm going to wipe this spoon off really quick. So I put this kind of cheese. You can get it from Aldi too. This is from Tony's, but it's called Neufchâtel cheese. And it's like a brick of cream cheese. As you can see, I've been eating a lot of it from this package. But it's like a brick, but it's not as fatty as like regular cream cheese. It's not even really cream. It looks like cream cheese. It tastes like cream cheese, but it's not like cream cheese. Like this is even better. This is even better for you than the whipped kind that you can get in the Philadelphia. So
now, how do you know how much spinach and how much cream cheese?
Eyeball it. I don't.
So this is about how much spinach. We didn't do very much, and then you have like the zucchini.
The thing is, you want to be able to put all this stuff back in the boats.
Oh yeah.
And not have too much left over.
Okay.
So I don't really know how much I'm gonna put in here, but
you just got. Is that just your teaspoon that you were using?
Yeah.
The same spoon.
Yes.
Monique is very anti-extra dishwashing.
Yes. Yes. I don't like to make more work for myself at all. So this is like 2 teaspoonfuls of cheese.
I call it 2 dollops.
2 dollops.
Big dollops.
You can add
small dollops.
You can add more if you really want. We're gonna put some Parmesan on top. So then I add for some spice. I add crushed red pepper. If you don't like spice, you don't have to.
Now you know what I do is I learned this from Rachel Ray. Is you pour it in your hand and then you pinch it between your fingers and it releases the flavor.
That's really interesting, but I don't have time for that.
How much did you put in? Let's see. You just sprinkled some on. Okay.
Yeah, and then I put some garlic powder.
Let's see how much you're putting in there.
Just a little bit. And then I put some black pepper, and I have a difficult time opening. This is also from Aldi. Spices you can get anywhere, but Aldi is good because they're cheap. It's hard to open. And then I just put some here, just sprinkle a little bit. And then I'm going to take this hand and mix it. It's very disgusting, but you get used to it when you start cooking for a while. My hands
use both hands.
I could, but I have my wedding ring on, and I don't feel like taking it off. And then the cheese is gonna get in between the diamonds, and that's just disgusting. I made the mistake of not taking my wedding rings off when I first started cooking, and it's just gross. It's just gross. So
that's why so many women I know take off their wedding rings and they get like a little flat ring to wear, and they only wear their wedding rings when they're going out because they don't want it to get beat up when they're working at home.
Right. That's a good idea.
But then you're like my friend who put it in a pocket of her pants at the end of the spring and then went the whole summer, and Christmas came and she couldn't find the pants.
That's horrible.
She didn't know where they were. She didn't know they were even in the pants. She just wondered what happened to her beautiful wedding set and tore the house apart and moved the furniture, had her husband take apart the plumbing.
Oh my goodness. That's too much. Okay, so yeah, so I just use one hand. Usually I take them off. So now what I'm gonna do is put.
Do you fill it on the tray, or do you fill it on the?
You could do either or. I don't really have a method. I'm just all about getting it done. But I'll just do it here so you can see. What I like to do sometimes is line the inside with a garlic powder or the.
So it's okay to
cheese.
get the garlic powder or whatever on the platter that you're baking it in. You're not worried about that? That's why I was asking.
You should be worried about that.
So I was saying put it on the.
I'm just gonna sprinkle cheese because see, I'm not really,
I was just asking if you were concerned about it getting on the on the baking pan.
Yeah, if you're really concerned about preserving your pans.
Well, no, I just meant like the you don't want the ingredients to burn or something. They're not in there.
Oh yeah, no, you'll be fine. I mean, I would be more concerned about making burn marks on the pan that don't go away, but I'm not gonna take this pan with me when I die, so who really cares? It's not that serious. So anyways, I've got this mixture. It looks really gross, but it tastes good. I swear. And then I put it back in.
Couldn't you just use your hand to put it in?
You could.
Because your hand is a mess?
You could, but I don't want it spilling all over the place and wasting it. So I don't want to pick it up off the pan and put it back. Even though the pan's clean, I just don't feel like doing that. And so I just fill this up here. And since I want enough filling to have for all of them, I just do a little bit at a time, and then if I have leftover, I go back and stuff more.
Have you ever had extra stuffing left over that couldn't fit in the zucchini?
I made it fit.
You've never repurposed it for something else?
No, because it's just gross. It's like once you've made the stuffing, you don't want to leave. You want to use it while it's freshly made. Because as you can tell, it doesn't look that appetizing right now, but when it's baked, it's much more appetizing.
I have a recipe for zucchini boats I want to make where you line the bottom of it with the zucchini boats with mozzarella, and then the filling is a mixture of chopped tomatoes, the zucchini filling, and chopped walnuts.
That would be really delicious.
And then you put Parmesan on top of it and bake it, and that's really good.
If you wanted to vary it, you could do that. You could put so much. You could put regular tomatoes, sun-dried tomato. You could put olive pieces in there, green onions.
Do you do variations on this recipe ever?
I've been wanting to, but I have not made these zucchini boats since probably over 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. So, because I was in a weird living situation where I couldn't really bake like that the way I wanted to. So I plan on trying more variations now because I like all those things, the olives, the sun-dried tomatoes, and all that stuff.
I wonder about that red pesto we bought at Aldi.
That would probably be great to line inside. I think that would be pretty delicious. I would actually like to try that at some point. There's so many things I want to use that pesto for. Whoop! Oh well.
See, overboard.
I messed it up anyways. So as you can tell, there will be some left over because you're taking out the inside of the boat and then mixing more things with it,
Right.
And so of course there's going to be always a little more, so you just really got to make it fit.
You shove it in there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Press it down?
Or I either shove it in or just,
now you're going to have zucchini on your face. Good idea.
Or I'm just careful to pack it tightly together without smushing it, just so that it, you don't want to
smush it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you can. It doesn't really matter. Nothing really matters in my own little world, can you tell? That's not true.
Well, I'm just asking you, your method.
Yeah.
I'm going to be making these when I go home. I have all the ingredients, but I haven't made them yet.
See, I used to be very particular about the way I did things when I first started cooking and eating healthy. Mm-hmm. Now I just kind of go with the flow and let whatever happens happen, so that I don't stress myself out trying to make everything perfect. It's already stressful enough washing boatloads of dishes. So I just, if it wants to flow over and it just has to hit the pan, I'm just going to let it hit the pan. So I'm just going to rinse off my hands really quick. And
nice Oh, show off your little slippers.
I have kitty slippers that are already dirty. This one has a mustache from dropping frozen berries on it. Gross. Anyways.
So what is this?
I take this Regano. This is the brand Parmesan cheese from Aldi.
Is that the dried Parmesan? Because I always buy the grated.
Yeah, this is dried out. It's in a dry area if you go to Aldi, it's in the aisle with all the pasta stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheap, you know. So I like to just sprinkle more of this cheese on top.
Another thing I do that I learned from my mom, which would add an expense but save you some trouble, is I line my pans like this with aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil, yes.
And then you can recycle the foil.
I actually do that too, but I forgot.
Then you don't have to scrub the pan.
Oh my
I love that.
I wish I had done that. See, next time, if you were watching this, you should line your pan with foil if you haven't. Because it's a pain. So,
I didn't want to say anything. I thought maybe you don't want to buy foil.
Oh wait, I can't put it in yet because I have Brussels sprouts.
That's okay. They're ready to go, right? How long are you going to bake them for?
You want to bake these for about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on if you want them soggier. Mm-hmm. You would bake them for. If you want, let's put it this way: if you want them more. If you don't want them as baked, bake them for 25 minutes. I usually bake them for like 27. I have this thing with odd numbers. I think it's like the perfect amount of time. So I would bake these for like 27 minutes at 350 degrees.
Are they at a different temperature than the Brussels sprouts?
No, it's the same.
So you could put them in there and just remember.
You could. I just don't have enough room.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
In my oven are kind of weird. This is a very old oven, so
we're gonna bake them and then we're gonna eat them. So
yes.
Say that.